friends, this is Free Opinion, bringing you my free opinion, and today is about Senator Ted Cruz uh, agreeing to argue Pennsylvania's election case if taken up by the Supreme Court. I think the Supreme Court will. Now, this isn't even a bias. This is just Pennsylvania did pass a law that was unconstitutional and expanded absentee voting. They just changed the wording so they didn't have to amend the Constitution, which, in my eyes, should not have been done. You cannot subvert the Constitution. You can't make a law that literally gives you a round out from the Constitution, and by doing things by the legal procedure. I forgot. There was another thing. Oh, and I'll put how a constitution is amended right here so you guys can see how it works, okay? Because unless you took a civics class in school, I really doubt you remember learning about this. Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from Texas, said on Monday that he is willing to make oral argument before the Supreme Court in an appeal seeking to block the state from taking further action to certify their election results. The appeal is currently pending before the Supreme Court after Pennsylvania Republicans filed a request to block the finalizing of certification, citing constitutional challenges. In the instance where the certification has been finalized, Republicans asked the court to restore the status quo by compelling Pennsylvania officials to nullify its action until an order from the court. The Republicans also asked the court to treat the request as a petition of
certiorari,
which means a writ or order by which a higher court reviews a decision of a lower court. Asking the court to review the lawfulness of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court decision. Cruz said that he was asked whether he would be willing to argue the case before the nation's top court if the justices grant
certiorari.
The former Texas Solicitor General said that he had agreed and that he would stay ready to present oral argument. Because of the importance of the legal issues presented, I've publicly urged SCOTUS to hear the case brought by Congressman Mike Kelly, Congress candidate Sean Parnell, and state rep candidate Wanda Logan, challenging the constitutionality of the POTUS election results in Pennsylvania, Cruz wrote in his statement. As I said last week, the bitter division and acrimony we are seeing across the nation needs resolution. I believe SCOTUS has a responsibility to the American people to ensure within its power that we are following the law and following the Constitution. Cruz served as Texas's top litigation official between 2003 and 2008, where he made 9 appearances before the U.S. Supreme Court and authored 80 briefs to the court. In the case at hand, Pennsylvania Republicans escalated the case to the nation's top court after their state Supreme Court overturned a lower court order blocking election officials from certifying the results of the 2020 election. The Pennsylvania justice also dismissed the case. In an unsigned opinion, now wait, real quick, let me say this. The lower court said you guys will more than likely, and it was this lady right here, Justice Patricia, you guys would most likely win on the merit alone of the case being unconstitutional, Act 77, okay? And then the Supreme Court was like, nah, it's constitutional. Y'all should have came to us before the election. Well, there was no evidence of damage before the election. Let's go ahead and keep reading this, though. In an unsigned opinion, the state's top court ruled to reverse Commonwealth Judge Patricia's temporary injunction that would have prevented the state from taking further steps to complete the certification of the presidential race. The court said petitioners had failed to file their challenge in a timely manner, as they had filed their suit more than 1 year after the enactment of Act 77, the law central to this case. Again, it doesn't matter if they waited over 1 year or not. If something is unconstitutional, you being a Supreme Court should only rule on what is constitutional. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I'm just saying, from what I understand about the Supreme Court is, you guys are there to make sure nobody is trying to subvert the Constitution and just create whatever laws they want all willy-nilly. Let's go ahead and keep reading this, though. The Republicans urge that Act 77, a law that made voting by mail without an excuse legal in Pennsylvania, violates the state's constitution. Their lawsuit alleges that the state law is another legal attempt to override the limitations on absentee voting prescribed in the Pennsylvania Constitution, without first following the necessary procedures to amend the Constitution to allow for the expansion. Yes, that is exactly what they did. I will again put how you change amend a constitution right here. Following that decision, the Republicans have filed their request to the nation's top court, hoping to stop Pennsylvania from finishing their certification process. Electors will meet on December 14th. In their petition, the Republicans urged that the Pennsylvania Supreme Court characterization that they waited to bring their challenge to the court was wrong. Petitioners did not hedge their bets. They simply brought an action within mere days of gaining enough information to know that they had been harmed by an unconstitutional election. So, again, you can't just go to the court and be like, hey, I want to sue this guy. You can't say somebody assaulted you and not have one scratch on you and no proof of them ever doing that. So they waited until they had enough information and enough proof that Act 77 was unconstitutional before bringing it to the court. Otherwise, the court would have just kicked it out for citing lack of evidence. As soon as they reasonably could have hired counsel to research and identify the constitutional issues, and after they gained standing to bring their claims, the file read. I will put the PDF in the description so you guys can read it. They did not even wait for certified election results to confirm that they had been harmed. It could not have in any way served the petitioner's interest in this matter to delay action for even 1 day. To suggest they did so deliberately is unsupported. On Monday, 22 House members filed a friend of the court brief urging the Supreme Court to take up the case. Among those who signed the brief was Rep. Andy Biggs, Rep. Matt, I'm not trying to say that last name, and ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan. Another 22 really, another 22 people that are fighting. I'd love to see it. If you're fighting for the American people, you're doing your job. Yes, Supreme Court has insulated Act 77, a significant and patently unconstitutional alteration of the means by which the nation's fifth largest state chooses its members of Congress and presidential electors. From any judicial scrutiny, the court now stands as the last bulwark capable of providing that review, they wrote. And I will put the thing down below as well. This case is cited as Kelly versus Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Guys, we need this. And it's not just because Trump winning or anything like that. I don't even care about that as much, because think about it this way, okay? The president is an important job, but you need to make sure that your state and local reps, your Congress, your senators, are people that will work for you and not against you. Now, them fighting to try to subvert the Constitution by adding laws to expand mail-in ballots without amending the Constitution. Now we don't know if our votes are actually being counted or being watered down by some guy in his basement printing out ballots and bubbling in circles. But hey, guys, this is just my opinion. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry that I messed up a lot in this video with words, man. But I just woke up. I've only had one cup of coffee so far. I need to get at least one more in me to get going at my normal rate. You guys have a great morning. I'll be back at you with another one real soon.